I wanted to bring to the airways Mayor Ras Baraka, the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, a beautiful, beautiful city. This is the hometown of my parents. Mayor Baraka, welcome back to the show, sir. Always great to have you with us.
Glad to be here.
And Mayor, before we discuss what happened in court yesterday, give us your thoughts on the passing of legendary Calvin West, sir.
It was. I went to the funeral yesterday. It was well done. Funeral. I mean, he had a host of elected officials from around the nation, 3 governors there, so he had a huge impact on the city and the state, that's for sure. First elected African-American official at large in the city, so he had a great impact on a lot of people's lives. So it's a great sending off he had.
Well, it was great, and it's nice when someone from the community, stays within the community. So may he rest in peace. And how did you meet him? Was he an impetus in your political direction, Mayor?
How did I meet who? Calvin?
Yeah.
Yeah, my father introduced me to Calvin West.
Wow.
When I was a younger guy, yeah. When I was first trying to make a foray into politics, my father introduced me to him, took me to his home, and sat me down with him, and he gave me some advice on getting involved in politics for the first time.
Wow, that's great. Now, explain to us exactly what Mayor de Blasio was doing in terms of shipping the homeless to Newark, Mayor Baraka. How you feeling about that, sir?
Well, we went to court yesterday. Some of it is resolved, but we have a lot longer road to go on. They basically were giving people in the shelter a year's rent to move out and to go to places like Newark, Jersey City, Elizabeth, Irvington. Basically giving them a rent for a year, and that's it. Social services not telling us who they were. We actually found out because a code enforcement, somebody was in a place they weren't supposed to be in. And so, you're incentivizing bad actors to create these places for people to stay in if they're going to get a year's rent in advance. And then when it's over, they just put the people out. And then we have to deal with it in terms of the homelessness in the city.
Right. So you decided to file suit. That's because they once they come in, they stay for a year. Technically, they don't leave, Mr. Mayor. Is that what happened?
Yeah, for the most part, they become responsibility of the city. We filed suit because New York refused to let us know who they were, where they were staying. They gave us no information, so we basically had to wait until something wrong happened and had to, deal with it based on that side of it, as opposed to a cooperative kind of effort to deal with homelessness. It just was basically shipping them over here and leaving them and making them the issue of Essex County.
Yeah, and now we're reading, and maybe you could verify that they're being put into places that landlords aren't taking care of it. So if the heat's not on, the electricity's not on, who are they going to call? They're going to call City Hall, correct?
Right. Yeah, and these people are not from New Jersey, so it's more difficult for them because they don't know who to call or have any contact or anything. They're on their own out here.
Yeah, it does, and and I know you feel for the homeless, like we feel for the homeless. We don't understand why they just don't build facilities in New York. That is puzzling to us for the money they're spending on everything else, Mayor Baraka. So, what happens next in this lawsuit with New York City, sir?
Well, right now they have agreed to temporarily stop sending people over to New Jersey until we figure out a better, way to get this thing done. Our lawyers from here in New York are discussing this. We've been trying to get them to resolve this for about a year now, with to no avail. That's why we eventually had to go to court. But, we're working out the issues right now based on the court order.
All right. Well, if you want, I will offer you this, Mayor Ras Baraka, on this radio show here on the Piscopo Show on AM 970. Mr. Mayor, you and I are Jersey guys, but we'll ask Mayor de Blasio to come in the studio. And maybe Arthur Idala's with us, Anthony Pope, my favorite lawyer from New Jersey. We could all sit around and maybe come up with this. Would you be amenable to that, sir?
Sure. I would come.
we
Yeah,
could
let
maybe
me know.
broker, because you know what, we feel for the homeless. We see the homeless, and we know you do. And by the way,
Right.
Mayor, Newark is just you're just, it's doing great, my friend. It is doing great. I'm going over there, and I see everything that's happening in Newark, New Jersey, hometown of my parents. I told you this before, Mr. Mayor. The Robert Treat Hotel. My parents had their wedding reception there before you were born, Ross.
Wow.
I know,
Yeah,
1948. Is that wild, man? In the Robert Treat Hotel. So, what could be done before we let you go, Mr. Mayor? We're talking to Mayor Ras Baraka of Newark, New Jersey. What could be done to help reduce the homelessness in New York and in Newark, New Jersey?
Well, obviously we have to build more transitional housing, affordable housing, low-income housing for people who need it. I mean, you know, their salaries are not increasing, and the cost of living is. You know, these are families we're talking about, so we have to find places for them to live. New York is spending hundreds of millions of dollars on this program. Seems to me that they would be trying to build housing with that money in New York in some kind of way to help them, you know, stay in New York. But if people want to leave, they have the right to leave. But, you know, they shouldn't be coerced to do so.
Yeah, understood. Mayor Ras Baraka, thanks for joining us, and we'll let you know. I'll talk to our producer, Frankie Fibros. We'll try to put everybody in a room together because we indeed have the same mission for helping the homeless. Keep up the great work in Newark, Mayor Baraka, and thanks for joining us. Thank you, my friend. Ras Baraka right there. He's the mayor of Newark, New Jersey.